HELLRAISERS. Welcome back to yet again another movie review. And this is a very special movie review because I want to dedicate this movie to my little sister, Christina, who actually said I might actually like this movie. And let's just say she know me very well. So this review is for you. I hope you enjoy it. Let me give you a little bit of plot what this movie is about. If you haven't seen my review on Stream 5, you should probably go and check that out. I'll link it in the description down below. I also review all the Stream movies. If you want to see all of them, also will be linked in the description down below. So this movie tells the story about the returning, which they call the Core 4 of the Stream 5. They coming over into New York, and Ghostface is back yet again, and this time they say Ghostface is a lot more meaner, dirtier, and darker than he's ever been before. And holy shit, is they telling the truth. So let's just dive right in with the pros of this movie because there's a lot I gotta talk about, and also this will have some major spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, I suggest you go watch the movie, come back and watch the review. So let's begin. Our first pro, I will honestly have to say, this might catch all of you by surprise if you've been following the journey of me watching all the Stream movies. I think last year or 2 years ago, when I watched all the Stream movies, I kind of broke down the opening of the movie and all the kind of all the stuff that I hate, excuse me. And this is probably the first Stream movie I would truly have to say I love the opening of the Stream movie. Even though there was a lot of problems wrong with the opening, but I'm gonna have to just say, I love the opening of this Stream movie. It opens up with a girl in the bar, who is, by the way, the girl from The Babysitter, the Netflix movie. Like, why kill her off? She could have been in the movie. I love that chick, but whatever. Like I said, the opening of the movie, fucking awesome. She opened up in this bar, she's waiting on this guy, and all of a sudden, he calls her on the phone, and you already know the rules, don't answer the phone. And she answered the phone, then they talking, then he asked her the basic question, what's your favorite scary movie? And then they go to talking about it. All of a sudden, she goes outside, and then Ghostface is in plain sight, in the alley, in the dark alley. All of a sudden, some weird little noise happens. She looks away, and next thing you know, she looks back. Ghostface comes charging at her with the knife. This happened in the dark alley, so of course no one's gonna see her. But like I said, I do like the opening, even though that is the big problem for me right there. But I love the opening because it gets to it. It's exactly what you want to do. If you, especially if this is your third film coming off Stream 5. I mean, your second film, to me, you gotta really get to it. So they did a good job getting to it. Another pro I would honestly have to say, I do love the carnage candy, which is like the blood, the gut, and all that stuff. The carnage candy is fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is by far the most bloodiest, the most dark, the most meanest Ghostface I have ever seen on the screen. If I said Ghostface was horrible in all the other movies, this Ghostface right here ain't taking no shit because he's coming at you with full force. Especially, spoiler, especially how he would take the knife and put it inside somebody's body and twist and pull it. Oh, that's just brutal. I mean, just watching it on screen and watching it play out, it's a lot more fucked up than me telling you. You have to actually watch the movie to see what I'm talking about. There's a scene with a shotgun. He literally go in the store and point blank shoot a guy with a shotgun. They doesn't show it, which is fine with me. They don't show it. It's up to your imagination or your expectation to expect the worst. Because he clearly shot the guy in the head. So it's up to you to create this imagination on what his head looked like getting blown off by a shotgun. There's another scene where he raised the ladder up when the girl's trying to walk across. He clearly stabbed her right in the gut, and you can see the blood spilling all out of her stomach. And she's trying to go across the ladder. He shakes the ladder, she falls off. I mean, this Ghostface is insane. This guy, I'm gonna tell you right now, they did a good job with raising the intensity of the film, which I do love. I was watching the movie and I truly said to myself, holy shit, this is intense. And this is exactly what Ghostface needs. And they did a good job at building that intensity of Ghostface. That's something they never did before. And this time around, we finally get that Ghostface intensity that we needed. Another pro would have to be the setting of New York. Even though the Stream franchise is known for being set in Woodborough, I think it was a time to get out of that area. We've seen it for like 4 films straight, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think it was, and then 5, yes, I think it's time to move on. And I think they did a damn good job. I remember when Stream 5 came out, I didn't watch any trailer or nothing, but a lot of people saying, oh my God, we just learned that they finna make a Stream 6 and they going to New York. Why would they do that? And then people were saying they watched Stream 6 and they did not use the New York setting good enough. I think they did a damn good job. I don't think they could have done anything better. I mean, I'm pretty sure people probably wanted them to go on top of the Empire State Building and throw somebody off. Like, come on, people. But like I said, nonetheless, I think it's fucking good. I think the New York setting, they did a good job. Especially my favorite scene would have to be in the tunnel when they was in the New York subway. Holy hell. That was the part right there that made me say this shit is intense. That's when I first realized that this Ghostface might actually be the best Ghostface revealed I've ever seen. Until it wasn't. We'll get more to that in the cons. The pro for me will have to be one of my favorite characters from Stream 4. If you watch my Stream 4 review, you ought to know who I'm about to say. But I'm about to say it again in case you didn't. I would have to say Kobe, played by this girl right here. I never knew her name. I had a crush on her for a short time. But nonetheless, I like her in Stream 4. I kind of wish we would have got more of that character from Stream 4 than what we got here. I get more to why I don't like her in this movie, in my con. But like I said, it was good to see her back. She's also tied into the legacy character, you know, Dewey, Gale, and Cindy. So they tie her with the legacy character, which is fine with me. I don't mind that. But I kind of wish we would have got more with her. I'll get back to that later. But it was good to see her back. She was a 30-year-old FBI agent. I'm not a cop. I'm not an FBI. But can somebody please correct me? Can you be 30 years old and be an FBI agent? I don't know. I'm not a cop, so I don't get to share my opinions on that. And my final pro, I've already said it before, I said it again, is the blood. There is so much blood. It's not distracting. I love it. This is exactly what I said. I told everybody that wanted to see this movie. I told my friends. I told my sisters, my 2 sisters, then I told my nephew. I said, there's only 2 things that I really want with this movie. One is carnage candy, that is, turn up the violence. Show me some gruesome stuff. Show me something insane, and they did. And number 2, hide the killer reveal. And honestly, they failed one, but succeed with the other one, and we'll get to that one and the con. But like I said, the carnage candy, I'm satisfied with that. I loved it. Moving on into the con, man, even though I love this movie, even though this movie has a lot of pros that I like, but I will honestly have to say, I'm a movie reviewer. It's my job to pick these movies apart. That's what I do. I hate picking movies apart. Especially if I like the movie, I don't want to have nothing to pick apart. But I'm afraid I have to pick them apart. So, diving into the first con, I would have to be Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers. I think it's like, if they make a Stream 7, can we please let her stay dead? Spoiler. If this is her way of dying, can we please let her stay dead? Look, like I said, if you like Cindy, not Cindy. If you like Gale Weathers' character, that's fine with you. But to me, I feel like we all know Willie why she was in Stream 6. She was just Willie there because Cindy wasn't there. And then Dewey died in Stream 5. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. But she was really there just to grieve over the death of Dewey and the fact that she talked to Cindy on the phone, because she clearly mentioned that in the movie, which you can tell that was the writer's way of nodding to the audience and the fans of the franchise. But like I said, Gale Weathers, it's the same format with her. She's changing the story, she's writing a story, she's she's still a fucking news reporter. I think it's time to kill her off. And when they did some damage to her in this movie, when they had her get stabbed, and then the ambulance somehow randomly showed the fuck up, and then they checked her pulse, and then they said, oh, she has a weak pulse. Can we not keep her alive? I think it's time to kill her off now, because she's chasing the same story, but there's no different result that comes to it. She's doing the same thing and getting the same damn thing. She's writing a story, she's a news reporter, and then she's trying to put herself in the spotlight. I think it's time to kill her off now. Okay, another con for me, major spoiler this time around, is that the third act of this film, literally the last part of this, I say maybe like 20 or 25 minutes in this movie, at the end of the movie, there is things that happen in this movie that make me that made me go like, get the fuck out of here. For example, there are so many things that happen at the third act of this movie where you would see characters get stabbed, get shot, get pushed, get sliced, get everything you could possibly think of. And somehow, by some fucking miracle, they walking around like nothing ever happened. Like, okay, I know this is a movie. I know, I get it. I know this is a fucking movie. But can we go by logic for once? Because if you get stabbed all over your body, there's nowhere in hell you can just be walking all smooth and not holding a body part because you're bleeding to death. I swear to God, there was a scene in the third act of this movie where a cop gets stabbed all over his arm and his shoulder because he had on a bulletproof vest. He gets stabbed all over his arm and shoulder, and somehow he's still able to move his arm. Are you fucking kidding me? There's another character that gets stabbed in the fucking gut, and she clearly does not hold her stomach because she got stabbed. There's another character that gets shot in the arm, and somehow she managed to use the same arm she got shot in to stab somebody. Listen, like I said, I'm getting so worked up about this. I apologize for it, but this is a movie. We get that. But I can't help myself but to nitpick that. That is something that slasher film tends to do a lot. They want you to suspend your disbelief, but there are certain things that happen in these movies that raise a question above your head. Like, dude, that's not logic right there. That's some silly Scooby-Doo shit. Another con will have to be the choice that the characters make is not the very best choices. There are so many times where a character will be one step ahead and end up being one step back every time. I think that these stream movies is known for that, so I can't really be too hardcore on that, but I put it in my con because I noticed it. And especially when you grew up when these stream movies was a thing, when they was the hottest thing in the 90s. Woof. When they was the hottest thing, especially when you watch them so many times, there are certain things you would notice in the choice that they make in the writing. I understand you gotta have stupid characters to further something, but sometimes when you have stupid characters doing stupid things, it kind of get on your damn nerves. Like, I'm so sick of these characters doing stupid things. This happened in this movie more than once. Save the best con for last. Remember when I talked about my girl Kobe, played by this beautiful thing right here? Honestly, the reason she's in my con is not because the girl who played her. I think that the girl who played Kobe is still great. She still has that, you know what I'm saying, that flavor to her that you had in Stream 4. But this is something that they did not do. They did it for just like a split second in the movie. There was a scene where she was riffing back and forth with one of the core 4 characters from Stream 5. And so they had a scene where she was going back and forth. Oh, so which one is the best Nightmare on M Street? And of course, it's the original one. So there was a scene in there where they were doing that, but I kind of wish they would have kept that character around. But instead, they decided to make her a 30-year-old FBI agent, which I said I was going to come back to that. So here I am, 30-year-old FBI agent. And they tried their best to make her be the killer. And there was really no motive for her to be the killer, but I do like how the movie way ahead on everybody to, hey, Kobe could be the killer, but it wouldn't make any sense if she was the killer. So I wouldn't have to like I would say her character was good. It was I think the real girl did a fantastic job, but I kind of wish we would have got that Kobe back from Stream 4. And I did say this was the last one, but I also want to say this here. The killer reveal, I would have to say I literally predict who the killer was, at least one of the killers. I think that's good enough. I think I deserve an applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, I think that the killer revealed was pretty obvious on who the killer was, because I will truly say, within about the first 7 minutes of the movie, there was a specific line that this character said that I knew that he would have been the killer. Right out the fucking gate, he said one thing that I'm like, he the killer. But then you had another killer revealed in the same scene, which was supposed to be the detective's daughter. And I did not see that coming because we saw her die in the movie, so I just assumed it couldn't have been her. But that boy, I knew he was the killer because that one line that he said. And as I was sitting here editing my video, I couldn't find the clip that I was talking about, how I knew the boy was the killer. So I literally had to go to Paramount Plus and record the clip with my phone, aiming at the TV. So if you can't hear it, or if you can't see it that good, remember I recorded it with my phone filming at the TV. But this is the line that made me know for a fact that the boy was the killer when he said, "Am I going to die a virgin?" You'll see the clip yourself, but right there is when I knew he was the killer. Guarantee, I swear to God I know.
Am I in the friend group?
Yeah.
Am I like one of the targets of... Am I gonna die a virgin?
But my final thought is that Stream 6, after watching the movie, I felt like I was breathing new air. Because I felt like I was breathing a fresh breath of air because this movie was so fucking good. The intensity was awesome. The ghost face was so much darker and so much dirtier, so much gruesome. It's exactly what I was looking for. The color candy is toned all the way up. I love this fucking movie. This is probably the first Stream film I'm gonna give this grade to. So I give Stream 6. I give this one an A. An A minus. If they would have gave me Kobe like they did in the Stream 4, this probably would have been an A+ film, but this is an A minus. So that's gonna pretty much wrap up this specific video, HELLRAISERS. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like on this video, especially if you're new. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that damn bell notification. So that way when I drop another lit video for the channel, you'll be the first one to get it. And I hope to see you HELLRAISERS in the next video. Peace.